Hello everyone, my name is Michael Young and welcome back to Factorio using the C-Block mod pack. So, last time we spent quite a bit of, well, we spent a while trying to get our electrolyzer and slag production working out better. That is not working out because it's out of wood. And that's going to be a concern, that we do not have enough fuel to keep all this going. We're not producing metal at a decent clip. Not, great, but we're producing stuff. But I would like to, shift back and try to get our wood production going more nicely. To do that, we need assemblers. And we also need the extra fuel thing. So I want to try to, the extra step of turning fuel into charcoal. Turning wood pellets into charcoal, which I'm not sure is a good idea. We need to look at it first. We need to look at all this stuff and see what the whole recipes all work out to. Anyway, but right now we've got decent incoming resources of metal. We got a bit of science going. It's not very quick, but it's a bit. I do need to expand our turbines. We need to make them though, which will need more metal. So I'm kind of just happy with this for now. The turbines are sufficient to operate these four, but then everything else that happens eats up the rest of it. So everything is hovering like at 90% when the wind dies down. But that's okay. Everything is going according to plan. Okay, so if we want to, let's just mock out the cycle in our spreadsheet. So it's all about green algae, which comes from mineralized and carbon. So we already worked out mineralized. It's right here. We'll just have a different use for it. So we worked out that, let's see, what's this? This was the output of 4 inserters. Or 4 of these. Four of those are giving us 8 crushed stone a second. I don't need that. I want wood processing to get this charcoal to see if it's any good. This doesn't give me anything. It gives me access to other things, like sulfuric wastewater processing. Okay, that makes sense. Basic chemistry lets me make carbon dioxide from charcoal, which is probably going to be part of this whole process, I'm thinking. Make purified water. Water gas shift. Carbon monoxide and steam becomes carbon dioxide? So there's a new way of getting carbon dioxide. Interesting. From excess steam. Reversed. Okay, and hydrogen and carbon dioxide becomes carbon monoxide and purified water, which we don't need. Not that I know. And there's a chemical plant. I really want all these things, but it feels wasteful to spend our science on them. I really want this too. It'd be very convenient. But we need to get some basic circuit board production before I can count on that. Anyway, let's just figure this out. So we have 100 mineralized water. Well, let's figure out the carbon dioxide part first. So there's many ways of making it. So 1 wooden pellet becomes 70 CO2 in 2 seconds. And it takes place in a liquefier, which we know as 1.5. So each liquefier can consume 0.75 pellets and make 52.5 carbon dioxide. Why did I do that? That was for having multiples. Alright. Alternately, can't make lime yet. Okay, this is what I was looking at. This is 1 charcoal makes 25 CO2. Let me just copy this. In 1 second. But yeah, it's that ratio. So let's look at this. We think that charcoal, like, what's the ratio of? Okay, this is different. This isn't figuring out mineralized, but we'll just work it out here. So 1 wood brick is 6 charcoal. 8 pellets are 4 bricks. So 1 pellet is that's not right. It would be 6/8, right? No, wait a minute. I don't know how to do this anymore. I used to know how to do it. It would be 12? No, that's not right. 8 pellets become 6 charcoal. No. Let's just carry this forward. So 4 bricks becomes 24 charcoal. So 8 pellets is 24 charcoal. So 1 pellet is 24 divided by 8. 3 charcoal. Alright, a pellet has 12 joules. Megajoules. A charcoal, which I can't see yet, it's over here. A charcoal has 5 megajoules. So 12 on this side versus 15 on this side. So it's probably better to go ahead and convert it over. Yeah, we should be using charcoal. That's to be what our entire factory will be powered by charcoal now. Right? I think that's right. So we need to go ahead and research this before we can get a really proper layout. How'd I end up with that? The slag is backing up. Did we do that wrong? I think we had that right, that ratio right. I mean, it was pretty easy. 0.5 slag a second, so 2 of them produces it, and this consumes 1 a second, if it can output twice. It can output twice. In fact, we even need 1 fewer inserter. It would be fine. It must have been from the time when this area over here was backed up. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, let's figure out this cycle again. So we decided we were going to try to turn everything into charcoal. That's no question. Just in terms of energy efficiency. Well, wait a minute. We looked at energy efficiency. We didn't look at charcoal at CO2 efficiency. So one pellet would be 52, well, be 70 CO2. And 1 charcoal is 37.5 CO2. So 3 charcoal is that times 3, which is way more. That's so much more efficient. So yes, we are definitely going to do everything from charcoal. If only the CO2. I mean, I could imagine using the wood pellets to power like burners, but for converting the CO2, we need to go to charcoal. So let's figure out how we're gonna do this. So that recipe's gone. No, we're not gonna do that. That's how we get CO2. Okay, so green algae. 100 mineralized and 100 CO2 produces 40 green algae in 20 seconds. It's taking place in somewhere with a crafting speed of 1, so it's going to stay as 20 seconds. Just to be proper. So, these convert 5 mineralized and 5 CO2 per second into 2 green algae. Okay, and the next step there, with the green algae, we could turn it into compost, apparently, already, in a composter, which I would use to make soil, which I can use to make wheat and raw wood. I can make raw wood. Interesting. That's achievable if we have that technology. Oh well, never mind. We are not going to make that. We are going to turn it into cellulose fiber. So 10 algae, green algae, becomes 5 cellulose fiber. In 3 seconds. It's taking place in something that's of speed 1.5. So in practice, we can turn 5 green algae into 2.5 fiber a second. So that doesn't quite work out. The ratio is imperfect. It's going to be, yeah. 5 could support 2, but it's really hard to make 5. How are we going to get 5 of the... Well, that wouldn't be that bad. Wait a minute. How would we do that? You know, it's just easier not to bother. It's easier not to bother. Just go for 2 versus 2. 2-1, I mean. So, in practice, we're going to be consuming... we're going to be receiving... Wait a minute. So I could do something weird looking. Where I'd like have 2 of the... I'd have I would have a liquefier being supported by 2 of these, and then another one of these farms in the middle supplying both liquefiers, doubled up. It's not terrible. It kind of would make the logistics annoying. I'm not going to bother with it. It's just annoying. No. We're not going to deal. So instead, we're going to be producing 4 green algae per second. Producing 2 cellulose fiber per second. Per team of, okay, so per 2 farms and 1 liquefier. Okay, and then with the cellulose fiber, we're going to turn it into wood pellets right away. So $12 cellulose fiber becomes 2 wood pellets in 4 seconds. And this is an assembling machine. This one's taking a long time to research, 30 seconds per item. I didn't realize that. Okay, the slag isn't accumulating anymore. In fact, I think we're a little... No, we're good. Okay. Just make sure we keep that going. So the cellulose fiber is going to become wood pellets. Or what else can we do with it? We could turn it directly into wood with paste. Cellulose acetate. Or cellulose acetate. Better paper production. Interesting. Pulping liquor? Oh, they added all these things. So far, I'm really pleased with what they've done with the game. They've really, well, not with the game, with the mod, I should be saying. They've really made interesting things happen. And they've certainly made the early game more, not easier, I would say, but they've made it less aggravating. Because you don't have to deal with all this sulfuric acid production and all that. I definitely need more wood production now. We're getting to the point where that's the limiting factor. So let's finish up this real quick. We're making wood pellets. And from there, we turn them into wood bricks in assembling machines. Why did I have this 4 there? But that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, okay. Wait a minute. Why did I have that 4 there? That's what we're doing up here. Not down here. They give you access to these blast furnaces, induction furnaces so early. Use that. Wood processing to make wooden boards directly from wood, and wood from from cellulose paste. But that's a ways in the future. I wanted this, so we can get this set up right. And that's enough for it. I wanted to figure out how much an assembly machine did. What's its speed? 0.5. So these, one liquefier is going to be producing 2 cellulose fiber per second, and we can take 2 cellulose fiber per each one of these. Why am I producing that? In the wood pellets, that is not in one of those. That's in one of these. So that's slow. So each of these can consume only 1.5. That's a more annoying ratio. So for every 3 of these, we'll need 4 assemblers. Sorry if I'm dithering a bit. I mean, just really early on, I want to get it so it's not terrible, because I know it's going to last forever. I mean, 150 hours into our previous C block thing, we still had our initial wood pellet producer, our initial coal producer, and it wasn't sufficient. Like, we were wanting it to be better. I know I'm not going to be that crazy on this time, but okay, now we're having troubles everywhere. And that's having problems too. But yeah, we're getting to a point where it's the wood pellets that are the limiting factor in our production, not the iron or the power. So we need to get this right. So already we said we're going to have 2 farms and 1 liquefier, and that liquefier can feed 1 of these. Sure, we'll just say it's that. No, we'll say we'll maintain the ratio. So let's start playing how we're gonna lay this out. Get rid of these. So we're gonna need more algae farms. And more room. And we're certainly going to need more power, because this is all assuming that we're going to have another set of 4 of these producing mineralized water for us, which we don't have the power to do. So, no point in getting too crazy at the beginning. Let's just lay out a very simple one, and then we'll make it better in the future. We're gonna have the same problems where we won't be able to insert into this fast enough. Do that. No, that's not gonna work. How are we gonna do this? Maybe for now we'll just do something like this. No, that's a terrible way to start. Let's move all this down a little. It doesn't matter. It's all gonna move. It's all gonna move. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's just do something simple. Need more ground. Did that run out? One short? I thought I had enough. I think we must have like lost a tiny little smidgen of power of science when we threw that out. When we moved it. Coal processing. That's a way to, oh, so we can turn carbon into carbon dioxide. I'm sorry. We can turn charcoal into carbon. Same as we could with coal. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to ignore all of this for a little bit. You get air filters really early now. Okay, so we were building an assembler right down here. And this is not how we're gonna lay it out eventually. We're gonna do something with like a line. I just want to get this producing some wood for me. How much is that? That's 2 green algae a second. So we need 2. And it outputs 2 fiber a second, so we'll need 2. That was right. Let's move these. That. Just for symmetry. Okay, the carbon now, we haven't dealt with at all. We need another liquefier. Just for now, we'll put it here. It's not a good spot for it, but... Well... Offshore pump. We already have one. Irritating. Not quite far enough to reach. And these could be placed up 2 more. Or 1 more, right? No, 2 more. Oh well. We need to get the mineralized to here, but right now we'll just insert some. Then we'll need to get the wood pellets back up to there. How much does it need? How many wood pellets does it need to make that? Enough to support 2. We didn't do that. We haven't written that down, that one out yet. Oh, never mind. Let's just... We don't even have the wood pellets. Or we do, we have the wood pellets. But we needed to do some... What was the next step? Green algae to wood pellet to... cellulose fiber to wood pellet to brick. And then the charcoal. But that needs to be... They have to burn the wood brick. That's gonna take a long time to make a brick. Alright, I think that'll work once this is going. Which it isn't yet, because we haven't given it any wood pellets. Oh. This area isn't good. I guess in hindsight that was a bad place to put it. Put that there. Alright. These are going. No power, but we expected that. These build up slag when these don't work, I think. But that's okay. Wait a minute, did we do this wrong? This produces too many, right? Yeah, this is producing 2 cellulose fiber and I can consume 1.5 cellulose fiber. So there's going to be an excess of cellulose fiber right there. Which is fine, but long term it won't. Long term we're going to have to figure out a better way to deal with that. It's starting to go. And unfortunately, we don't have any way to... We haven't figured out the science yet. Where's the science? Why isn't the science going? Wait a minute. This is the wrong thing. It needed to be carbon dioxide from charcoal. There you go. So we have a virtuous cycle. How good is that as a cycle? This isn't any good. Wait a minute. Okay, so this whole process, 2 of these. Let's just work out on 2. So 2 of those is going to be producing. Right? Did we multiply by 2 anywhere? There. We said we're going to multiply that by 2. 2 of those are going to be producing 2 cellulose fiber. 2 cellulose fiber would become 0.333, a third of a wood pellet. And we didn't work out the rest of it yet because we wanted to make sure we had wood being produced. When this fills up, we'll go and distribute it, but let me just work out the math. Okay. So 8 wood pellets gives you 4 wood bricks in 2 seconds. In a really slow machine. So that's 2 wood pellets a second. 0.333 yields a sixth of a wood brick. And then 1 wood brick gives 6 charcoal in 3.5 seconds in a machine that has speed 1. So we're producing one charcoal from, okay, all that yields one charcoal. No. Two of these farms yields one charcoal per second. I think that's what I'm saying. Okay, so to power two of those farms continuously would need 10 CO2 per second times 2. 5 times 2. Which requires, as inputs, and the CO2 is generated by something that we don't have here. So one charcoal produces 25. So we're producing one charcoal. And we're using up. We're using up 0.4 of it to keep the thing going. So in practice, two of these produces an excess of 0.6 charcoal per second. Let me write that down so I remembered. 2 algae farms. Two algae farms making green algae into one liquefier making cellulose fiber into I'm not worried about the numbers. Into pellets, into bricks, into charcoal. 2 algae farms results in 0.6 extra charcoal per second. Assuming we have enough mineralized to keep the production going. And yeah, this is filling up nicely. Not all the way though. Why is it not filling up all the way? Because it's trying to back up these, I guess. We're not producing it fast enough, that's the issue. Well, we filled all these pipes. Maybe that was what took so long. I thought there'd be like a huge layout of charcoal here. But we could go through the charcoal pretty quick. I like how that looks. We need to expand and double this up just to get some more charcoal production. And of course, everything is stopped because it's waiting on me to give it more stuff. It'll take a little while to get a backup of carbon dioxide, and then this will start to fill up, I think. I mean, that was the idea. There shouldn't be any product loss because we're not actually converting any of this to power yet. We're only doing it to carbon dioxide. So it should just grow on itself. It's just taking time to grow on itself. And it's being limited by the mineralized. Oh, okay, the mineralized is backed up nicely. Now the carbon's not backed up. No. No, it's good. It's still not backing up, though. There should be lots of charcoal. I guess we have to wait till these... No? Wait a minute. We don't need to double it up because we said that this is already not able to consume all of that. We would need to build another one of another set of this, which we should do that too. But we'll need to go deeper or further down. There we go. Now we're seeing it backed up. That's what I've been waiting for. Now we can go distribute charcoal in places. Which it'll eat through pretty quick. It's possible that this whole using... I mean, it does never say anywhere. Well, it says, actually it does. It says it consumes 180 kilowatts. Let's work that out. This might change my mind about whether we're going to do that. So, 180 kilowatts. 180... kilowatts, or let's switch it. And 180 0.18 megajoules per second. To keep this stone furnace powered. And the recipe takes 3.5 seconds, right? We already worked that out. Yeah, the recipe takes 3.5 seconds. So it's 0.63 megajoules per brick, which is really 6 charcoal. So per charcoal, just to making the charcoal. And a charcoal is what? A charcoal is 5 megajoules. So, really, we're only okay, that's... The ratio of that to 5 is 0.979. That's not bad. So, we're not producing 1 charcoal. We're producing 1 times 0.79. Then we're subtracting 0.4 to keep it going. 0.4. So really we get 0.579. 579. extra charcoal per second. I'll take it. That's decent. That's not worth switching back. Right now, we're not feeding this very well, so it's not keeping the cycle going. So that's our problem for next time, I think. I'm going to take a break right there. So thank you, everyone, for watching. My name is Michael Young. This is Factorio, using the C-Block mod pack.